Thanks, Neil.
Well, if this crash gives you pause about, let's say, regional airlines, and this was a regional airline, albeit one with impeccable safety record prior to this week's crash, Mark Murphy says it shouldn't mean you avoid regional airlines, and good luck if you're trying to do that. That's because almost everything leads to a regional airline today, right, Mark?
Yeah, if you're going to do a connection, Neil, absolutely. So, for instance, Lufthansa owns Germanwings, and if you're going to connect in different places, let's say through Frankfurt, you may fly Lufthansa across the pond, and then you're on Germanwings for that final leg. And there's another thing called code shares, where, let's say American Airlines, you fly to London on your way to Kuala Lumpur, you're then getting off the American Airlines plane and not getting on an American Airlines jet, you're getting on a Malaysia Airlines jet, because they have what's called a code share arrangement.
But my ticket says, in that case, and I've seen exactly what you're talking about when I've traveled abroad.
Yeah.
I mean, American Airlines or Delta or whatever.
Exactly. So you're buying it from American, but then your second ongoing ticket, that second leg will say American Airlines operated by Malaysia Airlines. So it has to be disclosed, and when you buy the ticket, it's supposed to be disclosed according to Department of Transportation rules. So that's something you should look for, and someone should inform you if you're going to be flying a different carrier as part of your trip.
But what if that's the only way to get from point A to ultimately point B?
Yeah, and I think that's what you're talking about. And the one thing you have to look at, like with the FAA and the EU and the rules there, the low-cost carriers fly very much the same planes as the legacy carriers, and they have the same requirements from a maintenance standpoint and everything else. So low cost doesn't mean dangerous. In fact, it's usually right on a par with the rest of the airline industry. So list of carriers that they tell you not to fly because they're not up to snuff with regards to what we consider basic maintenance procedures. And it's a long list, Neil.
How do you access that list?
You can go to the FAA website and you can actually search for that term, and it's there.
This carrier wasn't on that list, right?
No, it wasn't. And Lufthansa is a great airline, and the Germanwings, they acquired it about 2009. So.
Okay.
They've been flying together for a while.
Mark Murphy, always useful information. I appreciate it. Mark Murphy, travel analyst extraordinaire. Meanwhile,